What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another video. I know it's been a while. I know it's been a while. I know we've got a lot of stuff going on right now in the world, and I wanted to share with you a case study. Now, the most common question I get asked, and what everyone is wondering, is what does Jay do outside of, I don't really make YouTube videos anymore. I don't agree with the platform. I don't like Susan. I don't like what they're doing. They are prohibiting free speech, and I don't like that. So I don't support the platform. I don't give a fuck about the money. I don't care about views and subscribers and all that bullshit. I care about supporting things that I believe in, and I just don't believe in YouTube anymore at all. So anyways, I recognize that there are a lot of you that still follow the channel, and so I wanted to give you an update. So let's go through a few things first, and then we're going to get into this really cool case study that is a year in the making, and I'm super excited to share with you. So first things first is, as you can tell from my face isn't so fat anymore. I'm going to do a full transformation video on like my physical appearance, but also too like on my health. But we're about 20 plus pounds that I've lost now. Fixed all the issues, and I'm feeling absolutely incredible. So really excited for the planet to open back up here so we can all get back to life. But yeah, so there's a health update, full transformation video will get released at some point. I just get caught up in like how detailed do I want to make it, and then we're talking like 35-minute videos. So anyways, let's get into this case study. Now, as I mentioned, the most common question I get asked is, what the hell do I do? Well, I actually build businesses. So whereas many YouTubers are like the YouTube famous, and then they make all their money through YouTube and bullshit that they promote and sell through YouTube, and I do some of that too. And some people don't like that, but multiple streams of revenue, right? And so one of the streams of revenue is to build businesses. The easiest way to make money is to build a business, franchise it out, scale it up, build up revenue, sell it. Flip it, exit, do the same thing. This is the Dan Pena model. This is a model that works. This is how you build generational wealth. This is how you get fucking rich. This is how you do it, guys. It's very, very simple. And the issue with it is that that's what 99% of people aren't willing to do. And the main reason why is because self-esteem issues, which we've all got, okay? So anyways, yeah, building businesses is one of the things that I do. And this has been happening on the back end of the 11-year expansionary period. And now also too, the last quarter and last 4 months of by far the worst economic activity we've seen in the last 50 years. So that's proves the importance of one key piece that this is a very different type of video, and I know that. But one key piece that I echo through everything I talk about is that if you got the feeling and the urge to do it now, go fucking do it. Starting a business, building a business, writing those emails, building the sales funnels, building a landing page, whatever it is, go do it now. That's it. It's that simple. So for all of you that have waited and like, yeah, Jay, you don't understand. I need to get my information together. This is me being keyboard warrior, by the way. I need to get my information together. You don't understand. Well, now how did that serve you? Because everything's shut down now, and it's going to be this slow boat back. So obviously it didn't serve you very well. Don't say that to guilt you or shame you. I say it to bring awareness towards a truth. And so if you don't like that, then let's do something about it and let's change it. So anyways, a lot to talk about and unpack with this. This was a really fun project, completely new, completely niched as well. Niched means like this is a very small piece of a much bigger macro market. Okay, so the macro market here, let's be out here. The macro market is construction. The niche micro is transforming your garage. Ooh, unique fucking hook, huh? Okay, so, and by the way, I don't really give a shit if you copy this because it's a really hard thing to do, and if you're not passionate about it, you're going to suck at it, and I really don't care if you copy this. So the idea isn't to like, share some huge secret. Like this should be common sense, okay, for a business like this. And there's a million of these, right? Selling pets and animals and reptiles and fruit on the side of the road. I mean, the thing is that there's so much opportunity out there. And that's what's so funny about it is people get so caught up in like, well, does this still work? Is this going to work? So while you guys are all thinking about it and jerking off about needing more information, I just went and fucking did it. So this is a market that I had no clue about. This is a market that I really didn't even know how to do construction. Okay, I helped my dad build a house when I was like in my teens, and I was a complete dickhead back then. I still probably am, but really wasn't appreciative of the whole process. Didn't really care. Kind of kicked and screamed the whole time to help through it, and kind of forgot, most of that. Like, I'm 30, early 30s now. That was when I was in my teens. I'm not going to remember very much. Outside of that, never really built shit, but I've always been great with my hands. So I was like, okay, this can't be too hard. And so this is my thought process coming into this. Is like, brand new market, I know nothing about, can't be too hard. So here's what we did. And understand, there was so much I had to become an expert at. There were so many, probably thousands of hours invested. I was going to say hundreds, but probably thousands of hours invested to learning different pieces. And I'm going to talk about some of those. I'll probably forget some because this is unscripted. I thought this through to a degree, and then boom, turn on the camera, and here we go. So if you're finding value in this right now, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. YouTube algorithms, whatever. So if you want to, cool. Otherwise, smash the dislike. That's cool too. All right. So in the beginning, there was a whole laundry list of shit that was needed. Funding, skills, hook, idea, marketing, concept, branding, logo, website, thousands of things, right? Just think of a startup business. There's so much you have to go through. What are we going to call it? What's the design of the logo? What's the branding? Oh, nice. Okay. Funny. We'll talk about this other thing later that just chirped me in my DMs. But there's so much that I had to become great at to be able to get this done. Because understand that, and this is newer for me. I haven't had this my whole life, but this has definitely been something that has taken a long time to instill and install in my brain hole here. And now that I've got it, it just gets more and more intense every day, every year. And that is that if I decide to do something, I'm fucking all in. I'm all in with my dying last breath. I will fucking die on the line for this project, for this thing, for whatever it is. Okay? So I was like, okay, I'm going to go all in on this. So I had to dive into, which I was already kind of getting into, had to dive into the credit game and figure out how to get $100,000 in funding, which I got. Had to figure out how to, and build, so figure out how to build, help do this, build this first garage to be able to show as like the showcase garage, the transformational garage that everyone could use as reference point that would help sell the service, right? Because who would buy something from somebody that they don't even know if they could do it? And they have no visual proof and no real proof of it. Well, easiest sell is just go for us was to just go build this garage and invite people over. Come look at the garage. Really easy, right? And so process of doing a garage and, finalizing that and working through that whole process, which, that was very rough. That first one was very rough because, dusting a lot of cobwebs off the brain with doing it, doing drywall and all these different facets and pieces of building a garage, right? All the construction pieces. So that was very cumbersome, and that took maybe 6-8 months, okay? Because it wasn't like, let's work on this every single day. It was, let's do this in the spare time, okay? And so there was that side of it, and then there was like all these pieces along the way that had to be like relearned, micro pieces of construction. And all those things were obviously learned and applied and executed, as you can see. So let's do this behind the build. So here's some photos from bare bones. But yeah, you see there's like a metal panel and then a wood panel on the top. So all that. I'd say I did about, I conservative 80%, but to be a little cocky, probably about 90%. Had my hand in. So anyways, yeah, that's, there's some photos. You got a photo here in the background, compressor, sink, full toolbox here, welder, custom tool thing here, little storage elevator thing here. This is a full rack right here that was built. Huge, like at I think 80 square foot of storage space, 60 or 80. All the lighting, the ceiling was redone. I mean, you can go to the site if you care. And there's just an absolute ton of stuff done. But all that stuff needed to be learned along the way. Learning how to do epoxy for the floors and getting good at that, and then to do that floor. All that was required to do this. Now just sit back and think about that for a second. When have you ever done that? Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone so all in that you spent thousands of hours learning a completely new trade just so you could do the thing once to build the core concept model to then launch the business? Could you have invested a year of your time without knowing the outcome, without knowing if this is going to work, without knowing if a single person is going to buy this, could you invest that time in yourself? Great questions, right? Most of you won't. Most of you haven't. Most of you don't. And that's a problem. So this video should serve as proof that, like, I'm not special, just a regular guy. I have different determination, maybe I have different levels of self-awareness. At the end of the day, I just put my nose down to the grinder and I got the fucking job done. So, yeah, the funding piece went out and, obviously got really good at the credit stuff. Went through some mishaps in the beginning, tried out some services that we weren't really happy with, and then just decided to do it ourselves. We set up our, what I call DDay, which now I offer credit services, which I'm not repairing credit and stuff, and it's in a very limited capacity. It's all done through itsdumbmoney.com, where I share a lot of what we've learned over the last year, working with not only them to get funding, but other people now have come forward and said, hey, I want your help. You seem to have a good grasp of what's going on with the credit game. So yeah, and that's where I share that. So again, that's itsdumbmoney.com. The link will be underneath the description. It's a free site, free blog. So it's just information, personal finance information. And I do love that a lot, actually. That's one of my new passions. So you can expect that project to really take off and us to continue to build that. All right, so had to get good at the credit game, go out and secure a lot of pressure, right? In one day, secure $100,000 in revolving credit and trade lines. And this was with a brand new business that had just gotten a fresh EIN, so no business credit, and about a 713 to a 720 personal credit score with a pretty fat profile. But utilization was pretty high. Utilization was 35% at the time. Premium and primo utilization, you want to be 9%. Like, to get any card you want on the planet is you want 9% utilization, you want a nice full credit profile, and over 730. You want to be in the good or very good FICO rating. Anyways, so pulled it off. And we pulled it off with me making a huge goof up, which is that I didn't realize there was a fraud alert put on from the credit repair company that did an awful job. There was a fraud alert on the actual profile, and we still got over 100K. We would have gotten 150, 200K if I wouldn't have fucked that up, by the way, which is even more exciting. It's exciting and kind of sucks at the same time. But so had to learn that, go through that, and then learn all these specialized skills that some of it, I went to YouTube University for most of this, and then just being confident in myself, believing in myself that I could do it, and then going and doing these things. So fun project, definitely very different project. But okay, let's talk about what's the result been. I told you in the beginning, we had an idea that this was going to be good, and we had no idea what that was going to actually be like. So all of this was a blind leap of faith, investing in, probably $60,000 a year of your time for a leap of faith, right? But it can be done, guys. I will say, caveat to that, make sure it's something you love. Like, don't just go trying to do this shit because you're like, oh man, Jay said it makes money, so I'll try and go do it. No. Do something that you love. Nose is itchy. So anyways, this is done well. I'm not going to share numbers with you, but it could turn into a $5-10 million a year business very, very quickly. It could be franchised out. There are other similar models out there that are franchised out, and they do less. They do a subpar job. They do a less quality job than what this brand represents and what this brand does. And franchise opportunities. I mean, you could scale that thing up really quick. That could be 20, 50, $100 million company. Scale that thing up over the next 5 to 7 years. Sell it all for a nice, fat fucking profit. Do it all over again. Will it get to that? I don't know. I helped build this whole thing up, and the handoff happened a couple weeks ago. So it's out of my hands now. My father's running it, and it's his gig. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things on the site here. I built this site. You always want to have these notifications, and I know a lot of people are just like default block, but this one here is on Google Chrome, so you can't see like any text. But understand that like the good ones that you can get that are designed like in Safari and stuff, we say like what you're going to get, and it's like, hey, you're going to get exclusives. Sometimes we've got leftover equipment that wasn't used, like materials, leftover cabinets or older versions of cabinets that are used in some of the older garages. They now want to sell, and all that is exclusive to like signing up and saying allow, so that the notifications will show up on your desktop. That's all that is. Anyway, so let's just click out of that for now. You always want to have that on your website. I just want to make that clear. And the domain as well. I can't talk too much about this, but just understand that they will be getting the premium domain for this hopefully very soon. This is all trademarked. Everything's trademarked. The logo is trademarked. The name is trademarked. That was another thing in the beginning that was very, very important. And this is all just stuff that you have no clue unless you've been in the game. And I've been in the game long enough now that this is the shit that you got to do to do it right. And so anyways, very simple site. It's got a big focus here on the behind the build, which is really like the showcase garage, and then some pages about and services, contact. Really simple, right? And the whole site is forced and pushing towards one direction, which is request a free consultation. And there's all kinds of different custom forms that you can go in and fill out yourself and schedule your own appointments, so that it's not super heavy and cumbersome. It's very easy, kind of hands off, right? Small crew can run this whole company and this whole gig right now. And yeah, like I said, it's done very well. I won't talk about the numbers. I want to see it do extremely well. Okay, I'm editing this and I just realized I missed something. We did pay for marketing. I'm not going to share how much, but there was 3-4 different avenues of marketing that were applied and used to bring in business, and will be continued to be used to bring in business. That was all done through an ad agency I own, which is a paid for performance type ad agency. And so basically just kind of hired myself to do that part of it. But marketing is very important with this business or any other type of business. We did do and will continue to do some guerrilla marketing type stuff for them, and then also to paid ads, which work extremely well on different platforms, even localized platforms, and stuff done in the mail. So online is great, but also too doing stuff the old school way works extremely well. So anyways, I just wanted to add that in there because I'm sure people are going to ask. So you guessed it, it's going to go right in that spot that we've got there. But yeah, there's active advertising and marketing being done, mostly so that I can brag and talk shit on their behalf for something that I had my hand in. And that's really something that I'm big on. And that's one of the reasons why recently I jumped in, made our Discord premium only, kicked everyone else out. Some people really fucking hated that, and that's okay. But you got to understand is that I want to make my footprint. I want to make my legacy. And part of that is having people that put skin in the game. When you pay attention. It's that simple. And so, anyways, that's why I made that change, is because I want to make the level of entry harder to be with me and to be around me, because I know I got the fucking goods. I know a ton of shit, and I can help you improve your life in many, many ways. Why would I make that free? But on that note, I do put out a ton of stuff for free. The Peak Mindset Substack email is free. The Empire Alerts is still free. I only post out a couple times a week. And yeah, that stuff is still great. And then we've got YouTube videos like this where I'm sharing case studies where, we accomplished, a huge amount of things over a short amount of time. And so anyways, that's it, guys. That is the case study. But the point of this video was to share a few things. I've never been the kind of guy who's like, I need to be in the limelight. I need to be, making videos all the time and making it seem like I'm bigger than I am, right? And you see a lot of that on social media, and that bothers me. Really fucking bothers me. It's smarter and more wise to be quiet, shush, go to work, do the shit, build it, and then come and share it. Okay? And up until this point, I've only shared it with one person at all. This project and this undertaking and everything. I was just working on it in the background while I'm doing the Empire Alerts emails every single day, while I am putting out articles and blog posts on 2 websites, while I am making reports. How many reports did I do last year? Let me look. I think I've got it right here. 16 reports I did in 2019. 16 reports I did which are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 page macroeconomic reports for a premium service that we offer. But all that was done while doing this, actively trading, actively doing a ton of other shit. So you can do more than what you're doing now. That's another big key takeaway from this video. And I guarantee you, you can do more, I guess, would be the nice way of putting it. And so, yeah, hopefully this motivates you. Hopefully this kicks you in the ass a little bit and says, hey, you know what, maybe I need to go out and start doing more. And it inspires you to ask more of yourself and do more and go after the shit that you want to go after, because this was like a small piece. I got the feeling that this was going to be big, and it was the same feeling I got before I tried to put on the Drift Japan experience, which was epic failure. And it was the same feeling I got though. And the run up to that whole thing was beautiful. I'm the one who fucked that up, and I messed up the execution. So it's the same thing I felt here. It's just, it wasn't mine. So I was just involved and helped build it. And then I was like, okay, here, you take it. And it has the same potential. It has the same potential to completely blow up and be huge, and I hope it is. But anyway, so if you are in the market for transforming your garage, which will increase your home value, by the way, I didn't even talk about that, but that's one of the hooks and angles that we used, is that when you get your house reappraised after you've gotten a garage done like this, it goes up a lot. It goes up a lot. Now, that's not a guarantee that it will go up by doing this, but this one that we did, the home value with the garage done and just a few other pieces, went up $70,000 in value. Again, don't expect that. That's not the normal. That's not the standard. That wasn't 100% just from the garage. I want to make that crystal clear and note that. But yeah, that's another angle to it. Is like increases home value. It makes your house a one of one, so that when people are looking in the market, and it's like, okay, what's the difference between this and every other single cookie cutter house in this suburb? The fucking garage. It's a big differentiator. And so anyways, if you are in the market, check out customgarage.biz. Shameless plug for them. Or, the phone number and email address is right on the screen. You can go check out this site. If you want to poke around and just, look around for yourself and look at it, feel free. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this project. And more importantly, I'd love to hear what you're excited about starting. You've just watched this video now. What do you want to go do? Did this inspire you? Did this spark you? If it did, what are you going to go do about it? Comment below. Let me know. All right. Love you guys. See ya.